Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the KITZUR HILCHOS SHABBOS, when the laws of teichen, of grinding and mashing and the like. And he says, Samach l'seuda, being allowed to do this malacha close to the time that you're eating the meal. Kamay, b'meleches boirer la'el, just like when it came to boirer, separating, that we spoke about above. Shemachalkin bein derech malacha l'derech achila. We made a distinction between the malacha and eating. Kein b'meleches teichen, so too when it comes to teichen, mechalkin bein derech malacha l'derech achila. There's a difference between doing the malacha and the derech achila, and then the way of eating it. What does that mean? V'hainu, k'moisham, just like over there, when it comes to boirer, matir and gam kan, we're going to be matir, we're going to permit it over here, which means teichen samach la'achila. If a person is going to do some kind of a grinding close to the time that they're eating the meal, that would be okay. As long as you're not using a specialized utensil that was made for grinding and the like. Even though that mi'ikra din, according to the letter of law, you're allowed to do this, there are those that don't make this distinction. That there are those who say that even close to the meal, we do what's called, there's an issur prohibition of teichen, of grinding. The Paiskim have already written, Lot says das kulam, in order to fulfill everybody's opinion, you should not utilize this leniency of doing teichen, of doing some kind of grinding, even samach l'seuda, close to the time that you're going to eat the meal. Yeshem ma'isifin, and there are those that add, shegam l'das hamatim b'samach l'seuda, even those that say that you would be allowed to do close to the meal, me'kilin rak b'devarim shebe'atzmam em ma'cholim. That's only in things that are actually food. Aval b'devarim sheboim rak lahatim sha'oichin, but those things that are coming just to flavor food, kegoin tavlin u'kedem, like spices. There is no difference whether it is way before the meal or close to the meal. Those that are even more machmir, more stringent, when it comes to grinding things very small, so there is, it's shaykh, it's possible. This heter of samach l'seuda lamatir aval b'devarim shetechinasam nasis al yedei risuk, with those things that you grind it by mashing it, could go in risuk banana, like mashing a banana. Ein chilo gam kein bein koidem l'samach le'achila. There is no difference whether you did it before or afterwards. Now he's bringing down some very machmir, very stringent opinions over here. I do believe that in general, the minhag ha'olam, the general way in which people do things is that if it's samach l'seuda, if it's going to be close to the meal itself, so then we are going to be allowed to do these different types of mashing and grinding activities over here. Certainly the banana and the avocado, especially you're feeding your child and the like, and we're going to see how exactly we're going to do it, that it's going to be permissible, but in a case where you're going to hold of the more, let's call it lenient opinions, which seems again to be the minhag, the custom that most people have, when you're allowed to do techina, when you're allowed to do the grinding or the mashing, it has to be done in a particular way. And certainly one thing he said already, it cannot be done with a kli, with a utensil that was made for grinding or for mashing. And we'll see how halachically a person is going to be able to perform this. Mitzvah Hashem, we'll get more of that tomorrow. All the best.